What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be doing my official post-fight review of Subriel Matias versus Petros Ananyan 2, and this was a 12-rounder for the IBF Super Lightweight World Title Eliminator, and this fight was Saturday, January 22nd, from the Borgata Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and this fight was broadcasted on Showtime, and in this fight, Subriel Matias was able to get a 9th round technical knockout victory over Petros Ananyan, getting revenge, obviously avenging his first ever loss, because in their first fight, Ananyan did win by a shock, upset, unanimous decision. So, Ananyan losing here for the third time, and this was really a brutal display of what the sport of boxing is. It was a very fun fight. It was a war while it lasted, and ultimately it ended with Ananyan getting stopped. I think the corner made the right decision, and the doctor obviously stopping the fight and whatnot. And I do think that this fight was very fun. Obviously, it was a very good fight, and I actually was not scoring it, being that I was watching it live in the arena. I was just oohing and eyeing at the shots each of these guys were landing, but I could give a decent breakdown of what was going on in the fight. So really, up until the 9th round, Ananyan was just coming forward and not really being affected by Matias' shots, and I thought it was actually kind of close maybe on the scorecards that it could have been, because they were just very evenly matched, but Matias was landing the more eye-catching shots. And a funny thing, while in the arena, there was a group of Armenian fans that I happened to sit next to just shouting for Ananyan to win every single second of the fight. I appreciate their commitment, but I just not too happy I was seated next to him for the remainder of the fight. But still, it was a very fun fight, as mentioned before. Very good war to start out the year of 2022. And Subriel Matias, he was landing some very nice eye-catching shots, and it really looked like he was possibly dominating this fight based on how Ananyan's face looked, but Ananyan was just coming forward and landing some nice shots of his own, digging to the body as well, and Matias also went to the body a lot too. This was just a very fun, hard-fought fight. But Matias also showed that he could box a bit. He was landing the jab and boxing, countering a bit throughout the middle rounds, up until he started to come forward a bit more. And Ananyan too, he was really just coming forward, sticking out that jab as a lead hand, trying to push Matias' guard off and land some nice hooks to the body and to the head. And this was just a fun fight, as I mentioned many times before in this review. So yeah, when the 9th round came, Subriel Matias, he was sort of on the ropes, and then he caught Petros Ananyan with a brutal hook right on the chin, and from the arena, it looked like slow motion when Ananyan just sort of waved back, was out on his feet, and then stumbled back and went down to the canvas. It was a brutal knockdown. The whole arena stood up and started shouting. This was just a brutal knockdown. I thought it was over from there because of how brutal Ananyan went down. He should have just turned his head. It looked like a TV or a movie knockdown in a fight. It looked like something out of Rocky. It was just a very good knockdown. To Matias' credit, but Ananyan did get back up, but he was, luckily for him, saved by the bell, because it happened to be in the last dying seconds of that 9th round. But then, while they were in the corner, the doctor looked at Ananyan's face and whatnot, and they stopped the fight, which I think was a good stoppage. But this means that Subriel Matias is actually coming off like 3 straight corner stoppage victories. That's really just how he breaks down his opponents as the fight goes on. He gets them bloodied, he gets them swollen, and the corner just has nothing else to do besides stop the fight. And Petros Ananyan, his face, he had a hematoma, he had a busted nose, his eye socket was bleeding. It was just really, it looked like a bloodbath in that arena. Matias' trunks were covered in Ananyan's blood. It was just a very fun fight, very good war that ultimately Subriel Matias came out on top, getting revenge over Petros Ananyan. So comment down below your thoughts on this fight and whether Matias is ready for guys in the top 10 at super lightweight. And I think he could be. So that goes into the question, what is next for Subriel Matias? Being that he's now avenged his one and only loss, getting a knockout, I would like to see him fight somebody that's really established in the top 15 or top 10 in the super lightweight division. I don't really have any specific names, but I would like to see him fight someone within that range, and that's who I think he possibly will fight next. he has a lot of options in that sort of wheelhouse of opponents, but still, I think he should fight someone within that range, and I think that's what he's going to get. But as for Petros Ananyan, I mean, losing here for the third time, and losing on a big stage on Showtime and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, he's had a decent career, obviously beating Matias on a Wilder Fury 2 card, and now fighting on a Showtime card in Atlantic City. I mean, yeah, he's had some decent fights throughout his career, but I do think that this could be one of his last couple fights on like a Showtime, a Top Rank, an ESPN, whatever. So I mean, I do think that he will possibly fight some lower level opponents before maybe even getting a decent option to fight someone on one of these networks. But I do think that it will be kind of slim, considering that this might have been his last thing to fame, I guess you could say, because I mean it was really just to bring him back so that Matias could get a revenge on his only loss. But Ananyan, he still proved that he's a great fighter. I mean, he proved that he's a real slugger in the ring, and I do think he should get some other decent opportunities in the sport of boxing at 140 pounds. So overall, Subriel Matias gets revenge as he knocks out Petros Ananyan, ultimately getting that ninth round corner stoppage to improve to 18 wins, 1 loss, with all 18 wins by knockout. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.